Mornings in our household were hectic. I had 5 kids to organize, but somehow every day I made it to school gates on time. I always enjoyed chatting with the other moms there too. Just then I saw a familiar face dropping off 2 little ones, so I went over. "Hi Finley," I said. "Do you fancy going for a coffee?" She had kids of a similar age, and we often went for a coffee or lunch together. Recently, our conversations often focused on Finley's love life, or rather lack of it. She had become a single mom and was struggling to find anyone new. My heart really went out to her. It made me feel so lucky I was married to Alan, and he was wonderful. We met years before through work. He'd been great with my son Troy from previous relationship. After a whirlwind romance, he popped the question, and we got married soon. 9 years and 4 more kids later, we were happier than ever. We had regular date nights, and Alan helped out with the school run at times too. Nothing was too much trouble. On a few occasions, he came home and Finley was there. I almost felt embarrassed by my own happiness. I didn't want to rub my face in my perfect marriage. A few months later, it was my birthday, and Alan bought me tickets to a show called The Lady Boys of Bangkok. It's not my cup of tea, but I thought you could have a night out with your mates, he said. I invited Finley and some other mums, and we all got glammed up. We had a great night at the show, and afterwards we went for drinks in the bar. A few wines in, Finley got emotional. "You're so lucky," she said to me. "You've got a brilliant life." I knew she was right, but I hated for her to get upset about it. "Things will get better," I said. "Your dream bloke is just round the corner." That night I snuggled up beside Alan in bed as usual. He seemed distant though and didn't cuddle me back. It was unlike him. Over the next 2 weeks his behavior got stranger. He was hardly ever home and kept telling me he was going to his dad's. One evening I was around my friend Becky's house when I noticed she was looking uncomfortable. "What's wrong?" I asked her. "Look, Kelly, you really shouldn't be so concerned about Finley," she said. "What do you mean?" I said. "I just want her to meet a nice man." Becky went red in the face. "But that's just it," she said. "She has found a nice man." I stared confused. Becky looked like she might cry. "The man she's seeing is your Alan," she said quietly. I shook my head. "That's impossible," I said. I had an urge to laugh, but Becky's face was deadly serious. "It's true," she said. "She told me and some other mums." My mouth dropped open. Finley had acted like a maid and given me a sob story about her own life, but in truth, she's been getting on with my husband and telling my friends all about it. Rage bubbled inside me as I drove home. When I walked in, I found Alan in the kitchen. He was smiling until he saw my face. "What's wrong?" he asked. "Tell me the truth," I said. "Are you having an affair?" Alan just looked at me and laughed. "It's what Finley's been saying," I went on. There was a long silence. I was willing Alan to tell me she was making it up, but he didn't. "I'm sorry," he said. I broke down sobbing. How could he? I didn't even realize Alan knew Finley. She had been around the house once or twice, but the pair of them barely spoken. Then it hit me. some months earlier I'd been sick, so Alan had done the school run and must have gotten chatting to her. All of a sudden, I was furious. "Get out," I screamed. "I can't stand the sight of you." He looked bewildered. "Where am I supposed to go?" he said. "Please, let's talk about this." "There's nothing to talk about," I said. I felt so stupid. There I'd be telling anyone who would listen how I felt sorry for Finley and wanted her to find a man, and all the while she had her claws into mine. I must have looked very stupid. Over the next few days, I tried to call both Ellen and Finley, but neither of them picked up. Then I got a text from Finley. He messaged me on Facebook, she said. "He chased me. It was no excuse." The next time I saw Finley at the school gates, she looked through me like I wasn't even there. A few weeks later, I found out she was living with Alan and they were engaged. I couldn't believe it. Now, while I'm left looking after our kids, Alan is off playing dad to Finley's. Looking back, Finley was always so envious of my life. It's no surprise she stole it.